Two bend, one hit, bend, draw, hit. Well, for my 2DP charcoal pit, I got all this coal, but I already expended like 5 units here, so it's about 100 coal. And for what the Viola tells me, the bottom piles of charcoal only had 8 pieces. So we can say that we get half of the charcoal back from the log piles below the surface, and on the surface we get only maybe 1/30 of it. But now we have some more fuel. It's time to make something to help us defend ourselves. It's time to make a sword and a mace so we can smack those monsters. But unfortunately, to do this we need to use a double ingot, as you can see here. So it's actually more cheap to cast it inside a mold. It's more cheap, but I want to get those experience points on weapon, so we're gonna make it anyway. Oh, and while I was making the count for the next step of the tech, I discovered that I'm gonna need a lot more than I first expected. I mean a lot more, so I'm gonna be stuck with bismuth bronze for a good time. But at least that means I can keep upping leveling them, and they'll last more, and we're gonna list us useless. Useless. Oh, chill. Done. Oof, it was more complex than I even hoped for. Let's see. 2 punches. I'm gonna have a hit and shrink. Have a hit. Have a hit. 2 punches. 2 heavy hits. And shrink and have hit again. And here we have our mace head. Ooh, this one was less complicated than this sword. Now all left is to make them. First the mace, crushing damage, and the bronze sword, slashing damage. Now we have our 2 main weapons of attacking monsters. We have slashing for the zombies or stuffy, and the crushing for the spiders and skeletons. And as you can see in the tooltip, the damage is higher than the ones it was said to be before. Let's get the sword here. He said 2010 and here we have 20 and 13. So I guess making them in the anvil give them a little more sharpness than casting them on the mold. Now we have 1 ingot, let's make something else. Probably a prospect pick, because this one is already running out. And let us make some comparison. This is the copper axe, this is the bismuth bronze axe, and this is the sword. I have seen some people preferring to make the axe instead of a sword to attacking zombies and altars, because it can attack monsters and also damage zombies and cut trees. But the sword is a lot stronger than the axe, so I prefer to make my axe to 3 and my sword for zombies. Let's go again. 2 punches, a bend, a draw, and a punch. 1, 2, 3 punches, 1 bend, 1 draw, and another punch. give us the prospect pick, just as we had before. And ta-da! And did not get anything. Well, now the day is up now. Let's test our swords on little guys here. Sorry, but I need some meat. You die. And you are also male. I don't need 2 males. Oh, not you. I have 1 damage female. Okay. But I got some chop. Let's see. We have upped a little our butchering skills. Nah. Yeah, I kinda feel sorry for the animals, but I need meat. My level of protein is getting low and my dairy is soon get quickly depleted, and I cannot have any cow nearby, so I'm just with that. Oh, let's cook some meat. Now with some cooked poultry, our egg, our bread, and our chop, we can make a beautiful salad. Salad of pork chop. This will certainly give us a good amount of protein back to us. But the reason why I killed the animals was not only for the meat, it's also for this hide. Because I need to do some leather working now. So let's grab our stuff here. Let's grab out this motor I made that time. Now have some lime water in it. Let's toss the hide it and seal, and now we wait for this to get ready. Oh, it's nearly ready. Oh, it's already 1 year has passed already. Wow, it's ready to fly. I could have made an armor of metal, but I just don't want it now. Have you saw that? This is the pig that we damage. It's slowly recovering health. The animals do need to eat. They eat grass, but they don't starve to death. But they don't recover if they are starving. So this is an indication that at least she's not starving there. I don't want to make a metal armor yet because it uses so much metal and I don't have that many patience right this moment. So I'm just making leather armor and stop being a coward that rides inside his home all night long. Hey look, I got a level on cooking. I now adapt. Now some 2 tips has already changed. Now this is somewhat sweet. This one is sweet and savory, and this one is ridiculous sweet and ridiculously savory. Oh, look here, our hide has become small socket hide. So let's take it out and place it here into a side log. So we now can take our knife and scrap it. I send on all the parts of it. Let's take all the bad stuff of it. And now we have one. Now make for the rest. And last one, now we have all 4. Now it's left just to place them into water. A barrel of water. Like here. So let's place them. Wait, what? Oh, unseal first, then place it and seal, and somewhere we're gonna have the prepared hide. Well, I got that mortar, but I never show you how to use it. You have some recipes, as you can see. It's very simple, actually. Now just pick your chisel, the rock you want to have the brick, make bust out bricks, and then just do the mat here. You place the mortars in the shape and all the rest around it, and you get your bricks. Nice and easy. Now it has been done. The small prepared hide is ready. Now the next step is just to toss it in some tannin. Get it quite a bit. And how you make tannin? Just take a bottle, fill with fresh water, toss a log inside, leave it long enough, and you turn it tannin. Now seal, and we just wait for this. Let's see how it is. It's done. We now have some leather. Now all we have to do is to cut it on the shape we want. So let's get back inside. Click it. Let's cut 1, 2, and 3. Loto. All I want is a decent pair of pants. And now I have it. Let's place it on. Yay, I don't feel cold in my legs anymore. Now let's make the most complicated one. Boots. This with shape. But now we don't step in anything more dangerous. Now let's make the shirt. To protect our prospects from any fatal damage, and the last one the helmet. Now we are fully protected against attacks. Not so much protection. As you can see, each armor has a value, because monsters do different damage on you. Crush, lash, piercing. You can say that a spider is a pierce, a wolf is slash, and other damage a crush. Creeper are explosion, and a kind of every moment, every ambiental damage. So they kind of work in a middle of all the resistance. As you can see, that the armor is good against crush, so crush damage will not damage me as much as before. And different from vanilla craft, where all the armor values are there together, this actually take durability and damage reduction based on where you can through the attack. So something attacking the chest will be the tunic. If you're on a high ground and something hits your foot or your legs, is up and something else. But now we are able to face an enemy without too much fear. So let's stop being cowering on the ground.
Rescue me. He knows I'm always in another castle, but I'm never quite out of reach. He doesn't need the intelligence of Sheldon, Bruce Wayne, or V. Or Q or J or K. I'd rather kiss Joss Whedon or a Morpheus or a Legolas or a knight who always tells me nee. If you adore me and you want to score me, let me be bones to your each, my buttercup, and Abed for my Troy. A man who likes Tron helps me catch Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. I need a geeky boy. Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't, 'cause he's a pig. Look out, here comes the spider pig.
Camp on Oana, we hold you in our hearts, and when we think about you,
It makes me wanna
if you
fart.
really need me, and you wanna meet me, be the Homer to my Mark.
You don't know what you're lacking, are you? Well, I got fetch more of this acacia wood there because there is too much. Then I decided to return to this path. And I was seeing this stuff here, so this is games. And look at the wall. We have graphite here. and I was worried that I couldn't, if I did not find this, I would be stuck, and it was here in my face all the time. All what need to do is explore a little more. Well, let's get this graphite while we can. But things don't look that good. As you can see, I can only have the heating of large sample, and even I digging down here, it don't get higher than large. Only large. And if I go and down, it start to get medium. So maybe this vein is not that much great. Yeah, but at least it's gonna give me I need for now. So let's grab this. And I still think they changed something into the keyvings. It is keying even when it should not. Crap. Well, I dig around that graphite, and for the location of the ore itself, I believe it's somewhere here. It is the core of the vein. I still not get the graphite because I don't want it to mess with the heating. I guess I just need to dig down. And I place some walls to protect me against anything that wants to crawl on me while I work. Now let's see if you can get more of it. Oh, this is all I have. Ah, well then, I made a quite nicely quarry hole here. And I guess I get all the graphite I have here. I really hope this is enough for the future. I will need to explore more or be more lucky on this gneiss here and get some more. Yeah, come down a long way. Goodbye, please. Well, at least Carolite is more easy to get than the graphite. There is a maki. It was just a single side hell mining. Only for the graphite need me that quarry. Oh well, back to base. Well, now that we have both Cowlight and graphite, it's time to do then what I want to do. That is time to turn them in some dust. First got the graphite. and then later the cowlight. Well, while I grind that, gonna show something different. I got this sheephead topaz while mining, and I can make this protection meter. So let's make it. If you remember in the past, I told you about the spawn protection, that the more time you spend into one place, it builds a protection against mob spawning. Well, this is the way to measure it. As you can see, this one is full green. I have the maximum protection in my home. Nice, isn't it? When we get there, I'm gonna show you other places. Well, it's daytime, let's pick this up then. Let's open the chunks. Let's see this one here. It is full because it's actually an area around me. This one also full. Very nice. Now getting low. This one is this. I believe it's 0. Now let's go even further to see if it's gonna change. No, here 0. Now I got my graphite and my cowlight grinded, so now it's time to combine them and do what I want. Let's place a clay in the middle, then I believe it is something like this, and I get fire clay, 16 of it. It seems a lot, but it is actually not. Now let's click it and make what we want, and what I want is this beautiful crucible. Well, as you can expect for a crucible, used to smelt ores and other stuff, and you place it on top of a forge, just like this. And you see that it have a narrow way to get to the crucible below it. Now let's put some coal here. Let's turn it on. The temperature should start rising. Yes. Let's see if we can use this to make thing here. Oh, it did go now. Let's place some copper. Now let's place some sphalerite. Place some bismuthine. Now a little more copper. A little more copper. Let's grab a little more copper and more bismuth. I need to toss a little more copper in it. Let's do this pour. Little bismuth, need more bismuth. Too much. Now we got some bismuth bronze without need to use the pit quill. It's a little more complex than I expect, but I would take it. To be quite frank, this is not the way you should do it. I will even have some left here. Yes, I have. Oh, this is bismuth only. Sorry about that. Here. Well, I believe what you should actually do is... Let's toss this here. Choose Falarite. Then get back some of it. Then get back some of it. I know it's very slow. Now let's throw some bismuth in there. Take some weight of it back. Now let's place the copper. Units of the copper. Now we place some units of the zinc. Now some units of where is the we have 16, so when we hit 15 I should stop. A little more of zinc. Perfect. Sorry if my explanation isn't very good. You can use the crystal to make perfect alloys, because making them into the pit quail is kinda difficult and annoying. As you see, you can have make bismuth bronze, either have minimum 30% of the bismuth and maximum 20%. And this is the same for copper and sphalerite. So make it here, it's wait, what? Okay, let's combine this then. Where are you? Where are you? You. No, what the? Oh, sorry, I got it all confused up. Sorry about that. One, two, three pushes, a draw, a bend, and a punch. But now, thanks to our new crucible, we can do something very dewy. Remember this copper emerald we have that we cannot use anymore? Well, now that we have a crucible, we can melt it down here. All the copper back. This is just so beautiful. Well, if you didn't know, things that are not the same in temperature will not stack, so you can cool down them in water, but it can use a little of water. At least it will be able to stack them quickly. Very simple. can just remove them from the molds. I have all my 14 copy units back. Now let's place it down here. So nice.